All right, man. Hey, you're starting to do some things that are either you're. I hope you're not doing this every day, but you're kind of long arming things. Watch Caleb on the left. Go back and look at this over and over again. See how straight your arm is, and this is one of your better swings, actually. If you go back and look at most of all of these swings, I put a bunch of them in slow motion. You're kind of long arming these things, and I want you to keep your hands close to you, and also watch your head drifting. You know, your hips. You're keeping your head above your hips pretty good, but you see, I mean, getting sloppy right here. I mean, you know, you're swinging at pitches that aren't quite good pitches. But I want you to watch the difference between you and a guy who's a professional. And there is a difference, obviously. Age is a difference. But see how far your hips are drifting? You need to make sure that you don't get in a habit of continually drifting. When someone says, hey, you need to stay back, what we're talking about, if you go right below your pelvis, right straight below, you see how it's going towards your front foot? That means you're getting out front. You need to keep your hips, your head back. And I know in batting practice it gets a little boring sometimes, but when your knee comes underneath you, your knee needs to be directly below your head so that when you do get in a point where you're making contact, if you were to pause it at contact right here, you should have your head, your elbow, and your knee, and they need to be slightly back behind that center point. You know, I know you've been working on, you know, I don't want to complicate anything. In the games, in practice games and so forth, don't think about this. But in batting practice and your dry swings, keep your hips. See how close your feet are kind of getting because you're leaking forward? Keep your hips right there in this tournament. If you go back and look at that side-by-side view that I had with Caleb in the frame with you, and I think I've got one more example, or go back and look at it and see the difference. He gets to the center point and he stays there. You know, don't go past the center point there. You're going forward still, you know, and I want you to stay back. So it will keep you from raising up. See your head moving up, and it just continues to get higher and higher and higher. Even on low pitches you do that. So I know on some of these higher pitches that's definitely doing it. But I want you to notice the difference between what you're doing. Watch where, when you go back and look at this video, go watch where your eyes start out. Okay, right there at that beam. You'll see his head move down and towards the ball, but he doesn't get past the center point. Keep working on this, and I'll see you next time. Okay?